Let's talk about fear. The fear of being seen. The fear of judgment. This usually comes from deeper fears that we're not enough, not skilled enough, not knowledgeable enough, not worthy enough to share what we create. These fears are unfounded. If you have learned anything in your life, then by definition, you have made things. You cannot learn to draw without making a whole bunch of drawings. Deliverables are nothing more than the inevitable result of learning a skill. Yet so many of us refuse to deliver. We become hoarders of sketches, half-finished tracks, grandiose plans, and abandoned projects. But that's half the battle already. If you've been serious about learning anything, then you're already prolific. You already have abundance. And if you're anything like me, then you're probably hanging on to stuff a little bit too tight. So what's causing this, and what's holding you back? I'm not trying to shame you. We've all been there at one time or another. As we improve, our inner critic grows sharper. This is natural. The critic is not the enemy. It's a gift meant to guide and protect us. Without the critic, we become delusional, lost, aimless, and unable to improve. But when the critic goes the other way and becomes a tyrant, he paralyzes us. He convinces us that our work will be judged by others as harshly as we judge ourselves. That's rarely true. However, the solution is not to silence the inner critic. The solution is to embrace him and make him wiser. Think of a judge in real life. You don't want a judge who's emotional and moody, a mad tyrant who harshly punishes the guilty and the innocent. But you also don't want a weak judge who lets everything slide, one who sends dangerous criminals back into the streets. What you want is a fair, decisive, level-headed judge who brings order to chaos. Someone who evaluates your body of work and its place in your life objectively in order to be decisive about its fate. I learned this the hard way. During the pandemic, I found myself between jobs, with extra free time and pent-up creative energy. In my computer sat a graveyard of music I had made for advertising clients. Pieces I had poured sleepless nights into, only to watch them rejected after a few seconds of listening. So I took that frustration and turned it into fuel. I gave myself 10 days to cobble those tracks into an album. It was exhilarating at first, but 10 days soon turned into 2 months. When I finally sat down and listened to the whole thing, my inner critic's review was scathing. So I took a step back and decided to let it percolate. Then life happened. New day job, new apartment, new priorities. The album turned into mental clutter, a fixer-upper gathering dust in the shed of my mind. Eventually, the computer I used to make it broke down, and the original files were permanently lost. But last week, I stumbled across an old mix of the full thing. I hit play, expecting to relive the disappointment I remembered feeling, and instead, I heard something I had forgotten about. A creative spark from a different time. I recognized a specific flavor of energy and chaos from that period. Music has that power. It took me straight back to where I was. That strange in-between moment that somehow got buried in the noise of everything else. And to be honest, I kind of liked it. Not as a finished masterpiece, but as something alive, something fun, something calling out to be expressed. Which of course was the reason I made it to begin with. So I decided that even though I don't have the time, energy, or computer needed to polish it any further, I refuse to continue to let it fester in some forgotten corner of my mind. I'm releasing it exactly as it is. It's not perfect, it was never meant to be. Because the truth is simple and final. We're all going to die. And when that happens, like it or not, our loved ones will end up rummaging through all of our stuff. Do you want them to find a lifetime of hidden pearls you kept under lock and key? Or would you rather be your own curator? The one who decided what people get to see while you still could? I don't know about you, but I want to be remembered as someone who never stopped sharing what he made and who never stopped taking risks. I cannot control how people react to my work, but I can control how much I share. Out of all the buttons in your music studio, the most important one isn't record. It's publish. This is the first album by Patch of the Day, and it's called The Threat of Physical Violence. I don't remember for the life of me why I called it that, but that's what it's called. I hope something in all of this speaks to you. If it did, don't subscribe. Take that energy instead and go share some of those things you've been percolating.